Oh, oops. Okay. Smile, suckers. Let me see if I can make that a little more clear. It's either the focus or it's like residue covering the camera lens. It also, my camera actually makes it look more light out than what it is. It's like a little after 8 p.m. It is March. Let me check on this phone. It is 8:09 p.m. Tuesday, March 24th. It looks all messed up in there, but there's some proof. This is the scattered thoughts of Mr. Know-It-Owl, aka Old Man Ignorant. O.M.I. Many little nicknames. Once upon a time, this beautiful cue ball of a head, not even a cue ball because it has some fuzz, but used to have a wave you could surf on. I was called Dave the Wave. Honestly, or the backstory to that, I wonder how loud these cars are, like on the camera. Um, in fourth grade, I do not know what year. I believe it was late 80s or early 90s, most likely early 90s. Um, I got hardcore into Vanilla Ice, the rapper. Robert Van Winkle. I remember I had my mom order the book. It might have even been through school where you get one of those, you get some pamphlet or order form and you can pick some books to order. And I got that book. And I don't get many books, let alone I don't like reading. Um, I like images. I feel like books are very bland. It's like looking at a white piece of paper with just just I was gonna say object, just symbols. It's just, which they are symbols, but it just bores me. I like color. There's a lot of people in this world, they like books because they can use their imagination. For me, I want to read the book in and realize and see the imagination of what the other person's talking about. Because I can still apply my imagination to something that's already there, like for instance a movie. um I just prefer that. That's just me. um at least where I live here in Michigan, it seems like people are like, oh, but have you read the book? I'm like, nope, nope, that won't do nothing for me. It just doesn't. It never has. I've read books and don't even know what the hell I read. And I know people would be like, that means you didn't read it. No, I read it. My brain just doesn't take it in. The words. I'm saying every word in my head or out loud, depending on how I'm reading it. But my brain doesn't absorb it that way. I can if I hardcore force myself, but I shouldn't have to. It's not pleasurable. And not only that, trying to read when the words are so small. That's not good for your eyes. You know, like having to squint. Um, I've always liked big and bold. Even my art, like, like there would be an exercise in art class for shading. I can do it, but a lot of people they draw and it looks very light to me, and I'd be like, darken the lines, darken it, please, darken it. It's almost like an OCD perfectionism thing. Um, yeah, just like that boldness. Um, I don't know. Maybe that's why I like black shirts with white images and writing. But I'm trying to remember why I got on the subject. Dang. Holy crap. Why did I start talking about this? Woo, cuckoo, cuckoo. I gotta see if I can rewind my brain. I'm having a hard time because these cars they sound loud to me. Okay, like how did I even get onto books? That is so bad. Holy crap, my mind, that's not good. Um, Dang, that is bad. Oh, Vanilla Ice. Okay, Vanilla Ice. How I got into Vanilla Ice at a young age and what year it was and stuff. Um, yeah, I got into Pantera when I was in like 7th or 8th grade, like 13 or 14. So it had to been, had to have been 4 or 5 years before that then. Yeah. It definitely, I was in 4th grade. I'm trying to think. In 7th grade, I was probably 12 or 13. It's always confusing because my birthday is in the summer, so technically I would, yeah, my birthday would be right before the school year started. Hmm. Yeah, because the year I would have graduated, I think I would have been 17 and not turned 18 until I was out. Huh. But I'm trying to remember why I got onto this subject at all. Um, and why I mentioned the whole Vanilla Ice thing, even. I might have to make a part 2 to this. I was showing you guys the date, how it's 8:09 and it's March 24th, Tuesday. That is bad. I'm going to be 45 this year, 2006. Wait a minute. Am I going to be 45 or 46? Holy crap, man. It don't feel right. It feels so off. I don't even feel right saying that's my age. Um, okay, so see, this is why it's called the scattered thoughts of Mr. Know-It-Owl, aka Old Man Ignorant. O.M.I. That's how I started it off. Maybe I didn't say a whole lot at the beginning. Forgive me, you guys. I haven't been on recording myself and stuff. This winter I definitely had the blues, the winter blues. This winter, the 2000, 2000 or 2025, 2026 winter has been brutal. And not even necessarily snow wise, it's the cold. Like, even right now, today it got up to like 50. It did not feel like it got up to 50. I feel like they're messing with us. Like, the phones are saying it's warmer than what it is, because there were times where it's like, yeah, it's 45 out, and I'm feeling like I'm getting frostbite. Has anyone else noticed that? I know that's not something that people really pay attention to, but I'm curious. Um, yeah. Oh, how I mentioned how I was into Vanilla Ice and how I used to have hair. And said cue ball. My nickname used to be the Wave, Dave the Wave, when I was younger, because I liked Vanilla Ice so much that I used to try to do his hairstyle, like hardcore every day before school. I I even had my mom make like these poofy pants like he had, and honest to God, fourth grade we had a dance competition, and I danced against this one kid, and he was very athletic. He was like very good in gym. He was like the type of kid that I never was into sports. I didn't like him like the way other guys do, I guess you could say. Like, he was able to do all the sports really well: football, basketball, tennis. Um, you know what I'm saying? All the ones with fucking balls in them. And even in track, like, I remember when we had to run to see how fast we could run a mile, and it was me and him up front. I always did good, not in the basketball type of sports or the ball sports, except for football, but basketball I horrible at. But I did well, even though I never played those things or cared to or liked them, unlike the other people. Um, a lot of people didn't know that I worked out at home. They just thought I was this skinny, wimpy nerd. Um, there was this one kid in one of my gym classes where he was the kid that, like, okay, he works out to get big. And they had us doing pull ups, and it was my turn. He did 10 pull ups. That might not sound like a lot to most people, but pull ups are one of the hardest things to do, workout wise, or just doing. It is. Even for super strong people. Um, I did like 11 or 12, and people were like, holy crap, you see that? He beat that Steve. I remember his name. His name was Steve Vogel. He was actually one of the nicer kids in school, even though he was more connected to the popular kids because he was like in football and sports and stuff. He was actually very chill, quiet, and nice. But yeah, I did one or two more than him, and people were surprised. I remember that. Um, yeah, I'm just having random thoughts I'm sharing with you guys, and then I keep forgetting why I'm sharing them. Oh, so in fourth grade, when I was hardcore into Vanilla Ice, I had my group of friends were the Vanilla Ice kids, and then this are my what do you call that? My my opposing. Well, now we're actually good friends, but back then we were actually enemies, and had some really bad fights for how young we were. Imagine being in fourth grade and getting into a fight where you're bleeding a lot and cops come. Um, Rival. He was a rival. Or that person that you both compete against each other growing up. and it actually motivates both of you to get better than the other person and become a better person. Um, but yeah, and his group of friends was into MC Hammer more, and we would have competitions. But anyways, in fourth grade, I actually beat the kid that was really good at everything in sports in the dance off. It was, I can't believe I did it because I was always shy. But because I was so into Vanilla Ice and practiced those actual dances, I was that confident and I won. And some of those moves are kind of sexual in a sense. It's funny. I guess this is a story time. Story time with Old Man Ignorant. This new monster. Yeah, I know it's bad for you, but it tastes good. It's like a strawberry kind. But the can isn't all red. It's not like full on strawberry. Strawberry shot. Tastes good though. I was going to talk about other stuff, but this is good too, I guess. I just need to. This winter has had me very depressed and in the blues, and I rebuke and renounce that. I guess that's what you're supposed to say so you don't put that negative energy out there. And I definitely rebuke and renounce a lot of negative things I say. And as time goes on, you get better at it and you just stop saying those negative things. And on that subject, there's a lot of things, not necessarily a lot, but there's just things in life I need to change. I believe we all, each and every person right now in this world has something that they battle with. Obviously, it can be more than one thing, but I'm just saying it's guaranteed that everyone has this one thing that they can't understand why they can't. It's so simple, yet feels so hard and impossible. Isn't that crazy how something, I'll give you an example too, something so obtainable, something so possible can feel so impossible. Um, and what makes it worse with one of these things on my list is I actually accomplished it for over 2 years. 2 years and a few months, almost 2.5 years. I went carnivore. I became carnivore, and I continued to eat that way. Um, Even though I wasn't doing it perfectly or what would be considered the perfect way, I still didn't technically cheat. I did what I would call dirty carnivore, where like, okay, I'm hungry, there's nothing around. I got better at it too. When you make these mistakes, you learn from them. I bought a, why can't I think of the other name? Like a sausage stick. They have all different brands, a beef jerky sausage stick, and I bought one, but when you like Slim Jims and stuff, those are better than a lot of junk food out there, but it's still not good for you because you look at all the ingredients and then you realize, oh shit, it has sugar in it. But the amount of sugar or carbs was more like, I think if you look at it, it might say 1 or 2 grams. I never would go over, I would never go over like 4 or 5 grams. And I usually kept it at the 1 gram if I was going to get anything that had any carbs, because the carb spot is where the sugar is. It'll say carbs or sugar, or they're both labeled together. Um, and there's a million different things for that crap: dextrose, corn syrup, sucralose, and all kinds of crap. And then when it comes to, like, this is what I mean by being perfect, then you also have to worry about not just sugar, but like MSG. That's fucking poison. Oops, sorry for swearing. Um, yeah. So that was a thing I battled with for a long time in my life, because I ate really shitty, and I did a lot of healthy things. Well, that's the weird thing. I ate shitty, but I also ate healthy. It's kind of like half and half, because I did eat a lot of meat still, and I still ate a lot of carnivore things, and I loved that. Even like having a taco salad, I loved the meat and the cheese the most. You know, um, or even like having a salad with a sliced up hard boiled egg in it. Usually, the hard boiled egg, the cheese, and the bacon bits are the best part. Way better than the fucking plants in it. Um, so, um, I believe it was probably 3 or 4 years ago. It's so weird how fast time goes. I'm going to say 3 years ago, maybe 4. I can't say exactly. I went carnivore, and it healed me. It healed me. It got rid of all my psoriasis. Um, like, I would break out. Like, some people have different forms. Like, I would get like these leopard spots all over me, and they'd be all red and fucking itchy. Then eventually they like dry up and look all scaly and crusty. Um, but I knew a trick from my uncle Johnny Venta, rest in peace. I love and miss him, even though he had his bad habits. He still was a very good-hearted person, and he taught people a lot and knew a lot. He wasn't right on everything, but he still was intelligent. I used to always tell people, just because somebody does drugs or somebody does this or that does not mean that they're fucking dumb. They're making a dumb choice, but that doesn't mean they're dumb. Like, people always be like, practice what you preach, Dave. Yeah, I should be doing what I was, but people are yelling at there. Oh, I thought they were yelling at me. Um, so I almost forgot because the people are yelling across the street. So, anyways, I got sick of how I felt, and I said, okay, I'm doing this, and I started eating carnivore. Um, mostly, mostly beef, which you should mostly have beef. Out of all of the meats, you need ruminant red meat, whether it be cow, buffalo, deer, lamb, goat, some type of deer, like even antelope. If, you know, every place in the world has some type of red meat. um, for the most part. Um, Lots of eggs, cheese, and I'm lactose intolerant when it comes to pasteurized cheese. But when you stick to carnivore, your body even becomes less intolerant of the cheese once you get all the poisons and crap out of you. It's crazy and it's awesome. So to shorten this up, kind of like I fell off of doing carnivore this, I don't know, past year. It's been at least a year, and I've had moments where I hopped on and then screwed up, hopped on, screwed up I was going, because I was suffering from depression again. Um, and to all of you out there doing carnivore or that have done carnivore or about to do it, you will realize how much all the food out there that isn't healthy for you, that isn't carnivore, causes depression. I am so dead serious. My depression is so way worse since quitting. I think I don't like to say quit, since I screwed up on carnivore and have fallen off the tracks, because I still eat a lot of that food still, but I also eat the junk. Um, I have my moments where it's like the urge to eat a custard filled donut is so strong, and I give in and I end up gorging myself on all this junk, and I wake up and I hurt and I'm in pain because I'm like constipated, and all this toxic shit from the junk food is in me now, and I'm feeling guilty and shitty from eating it, and then I'm feeling depressed and like shit from whatever's in the food. It might not hit you right away. It could hit you later in the day. It all depends. It really can. People, it's so crazy because people don't think it's causing their depression or their mood swings or their grouchiness, but it is. It is. Because when I healed from carnivore the first time, I mentioned the psoriasis. It healed my cavities and all my sensitive teeth. All that went away. My vision got better. Now my vision is not that great. Even the bags under my eyes right now. Um, um, I became more stoic and calm and reacted and responded way better to stressful situations or things that would make me angry. Um, I responded way less, like less angry to things. Um, what else? Oh, all the inflammation in my body went away. It made me realize that my back wasn't as jacked up as I thought. For a long ass time, over a decade, over 10 years, I thought my back was screwed up for the rest of my life. And a lot of people still believe that. And I'm like, I I promise you, if you go on carnivore, even if your back is screwed up, do this and you'll be amazed on how much of your pain goes away. Mine went away 100%. Um, but if I lift too much weight, I still can get moments where I throw my back out or like my hip. But that was extremely rare. Before I did started carnivore the first time, when I stuck to it for 2.5 years or a little less, but I couldn't even like squat. Like you can't see me, but I'm squatting right now. Um, I couldn't even like bend down, and my one knee and leg wouldn't even bend correctly. It had to point straight out. It wouldn't bend. That's how much inflammation causes all that pain and shit to go wrong in your body. It's crazy. It's really dark. You guys got to watch it in real time get dark behind me. Woo! The woods. Wouldn't that be crazy if there was someone standing out there? Let's see if I can have enough light to walk home and continue videotaping. This is almost half an hour, but I don't know. I just wanted to share some stuff with you guys. Tell you some things about carnivore. That was definitely something I wanted to talk about, and a little story time. I'll try to make some more videos. Uh, Sorry I haven't been on here in a long time. I just want to say I love you all, and I pray for everyone to go to heaven. I seriously do. I know you can't see me, but you can hear me. Every time I pray for people to go, everyone in the world to go to heaven, and for God to forgive us all for our sins and our mistakes and all that stuff. And I hope everyone overcomes one of those obstacles in life that I was referring to, like a goal. How I said that it feels impossible to do something that's very possible. Like, for instance, I one day need a nice newer vehicle. It's not impossible, it's very obtainable. It's buckling down and saying, I'm going to save and I'm going to do this no matter what. It's that. It's putting that energy and directing it that way and doing it no matter what. And like, for instance, because there will be obstacles as you're doing it. Your present vehicle, for instance, something will break on it, and then you need to spend money. That's where you got to be like, okay, well, I can't touch the money in my fund. I have to find another creative way to fix my vehicle without screwing up that progress. Stuff like that. But I love you guys, and hope everyone's doing well, and just know that our creator, divine creator, our God, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost does love and care about us, and all that stuff that we don't know. Just know that there's a better ending for all of us. I don't know what else to say. Have a good day, you guys.